wants to hear, and DOT will want to hear when we do the environmental assessment. When we go through what we call the public scoping process, we're collecting ideas, we're collecting concepts, we're collecting feedback on these proposals. So these ideas are what we will seek, and again, Kim and I can promise you that it will be inclusive and the community will be involved.
We also presented it in our last meeting, just so you know. So he had that when we met with him.
Yeah, and we put it in our presentation.
Oh, yeah.
Have, oh, never mind. I didn't have
Thank
a
you.
question.
Good evening. My name is Garrett Hennigan. I work for the Washington Area Bicyclists Association. We're a local nonprofit. We're talking about the Metropolitan Branch Trail tonight, and I think something that often goes unrecognized is how long this has been talked about. My organization in 1990 actually wrote the concept plan for a trail connecting Union Station up to Silver Spring. And we were delighted to see construction of some of it in the early 2000s. Since then, not a lot of talk has happened and a lot of planning has happened, but you have a very busy part of the trail down south of Brookland, and a lot of people who live between here and Silver Spring who would like to use it. I think something that often gets shoved aside, when we talk about a trail, it's not just about bicycles. The trail down in Brookland that connects Brookland to Union Station, by trail counts, we know that on a busy day, it gets about 1,500 people using it each day. And that's about half bicyclists and half pedestrians. There's actually a counter that shows that. So that's folks walking to Metro, that's folks walking to school, there's a ton of schools along the route. So when we talk about a trail, it's not just about bikes, it's about everyone having safe connections between their communities. We talk about all of these busy roads. You know, a trail is a safe place to walk. A trail is a safe place to walk the dog, to jog, to go to your local stores, and to ride a bike. Absolutely.
And to have fun in your backyard.
So I just want everyone to think. You know, when we talk about trails, it's not just bikes. For my organization's perspective, Ms. Powell, the alignment you suggested is beautiful. We are delighted to hear that the National Park Service is flexible and promising to work with DDOT. Years ago, that was not a possibility. In 1990, that was not a possibility. The answer was no the last time around. If it's a question of who is pushing to get this study done and to push for this, what looks like a beautiful alignment right along the metro tracks, that would be ideal. Nobody wants to be riding in streets. Nobody wants to be walking next to busy traffic. So my organization certainly will be pushing for that. Absolutely, without a doubt. But as Jim said, as the folks from the Park Service said, that takes a lot of time. And the southern section of the trail was built in 2010, and it's incredibly busy. And folks who live next to it are using it more and more every day. The question is, how long will it take to get another section of the trail built? And if we can build a segment around Fort Totten to get down to Fort Totten and make it safer for folks to get there, why shouldn't we do that? And so then it becomes a question of, we have a trail, and we have trail to the north and to the south. People will start using it, and so how can we figure out where they're going to be going and encourage them to go to the safest place? If it's an interim alignment, there are things we can do to make it safe, and there are things, if we just ignore the issue and say go somewhere else, you'll have kids crossing the street where it's completely unsafe. You'll have people riding their bikes on Hicks Road and on Blair Road. So it's not a matter of nobody cares. It's a matter of we want to do the best with what we can. So as I said, my organization. Oh, absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. For
Okay.
I'll be quick, but I mean, I come to the bike trail meeting because it's been a sore spot with me. And I really think when communities come together, neighborhoods come together, we all say the same thing. Nobody is against the bike trail. It's putting it in the right place, and putting it in a place where it is accessible to bikers and where it fits best in the neighborhood. So when those suggestions are given, we never get the feedback. So it's not the community that's stalling the process. The community is ready to move this along, but but the comments are not taken seriously, and the feedback based on those meetings is not getting back. Now, I have two areas where I'm very concerned. That's that section of Blair Road where it curves, to come down there anytime and say hello to the cars that can't maneuver that curve between Tuckerman and Van Buren, and it's sitting over there on the track. It happens all the time. Bikes that come down Blair Road, hey. But when you make a right turn on Blair Road, the bike trail signs are already up on Sandy Spring Road. So that suggests to me that whatever you have on paper is going to go down regardless of what we say. The second point that concerns me, when you go past Sandy Spring Road, and go down Carroll Avenue, there is a western alignment. Mr. Sebastian, you know like I know that there was more than one alignment presented, and probably in other neighborhoods too. What you have written is the eastern alignment, to turn around by the Metro, go in front of that 7-Eleven, go up Eastern Avenue and take everybody's parking away. That's the whole block. But the better alignment that really does make it, if you're gonna put a bike trail anywhere in DC, everywhere it is, it should be accessible to DC residents. That western alignment does it. You guys know that it doesn't. ANC 4B told you last year they weren't gonna go with the eastern alignment. We haven't seen you since to present that western alignment because it's not financially feasible to build. But it is the best thing for the community in terms of that intersection with calming traffic. But we don't hear back from you when we say we're willing to work with you, let's explore this. There is this adamant perception, this attitude that you guys know better than we do who live in the neighborhoods, and you don't live in the neighborhoods. I know you're a biker, but you don't live in the neighborhood, you don't live in my neighborhood, I never see you. But you seem to think you know better than us what's best for us. Nobody's trying to fight you and say, we don't want this. I get it, I'm all for what's going on with the Clean Air Act. I know this is associated with it, and I'm fine with it. But I seriously resent this attitude of we'll have these meetings just to put it on the record to say that we have it, but we're going to do what we're going to do. And that is just wrong. That is wrong for anybody who lives in the District of Columbia to have to just accept because you say so. That doesn't make it right. And if we're going to put a bike trail any place, let's get it right when we do it. And that's collaboration.
Can you explain the western alignment? Can somebody explain that?
You had your hand up some time ago.
Thank you. Good. I'll cede my
Go
time
ahead.
to others. I'm very new to the neighborhood, and I thank everybody with their comments. And I actually bike from, I'm on the other side. I'm closer to 3rd and Gallatin, northwest, on the other side. And I actually bike north onto Silver Spring. So this proposed alignment is a little bit more direct for me. It would be more direct for me, and it would be a lot safer. The blue one that you called. So I also really appreciate that Park Service is open to that idea nowadays. I'm very interested in a temporary alignment, just as the one on 3rd Street is, a temporary alignment on 1st, which I think if bikes were allowed there, or if there would be a little bit more space for bicycles, it would also slow traffic down, and it would also get those people cutting through, because I've done it before, I apologize, cutting through first. It would deter them from doing that if there's more of us that are biking and walking. So I appreciate your time, and I appreciate all of everybody's comments. And in terms of the EIS, by all means, let's build a trail through the blue line.
I have a question of the gentleman who just spoke. I'm sorry, I didn't hear your name. However, why does there have to be, I'm sorry?
Garrett.
Garrett. Why does there have to be a trail from Silver Spring to Union Station? Why not somewhere else? I don't understand the rationale.
That is a fair question. Before doing something, yeah, there's a reason to do it. So it is part of a much bigger vision of a regional trail network. Exactly. But as we've seen, the subway does not always work. So what we're really interested in is transportation
They
options.
will always allow bikes.
So I'll say what my mom is. I'll answer my mom's question because no one else will talk to her the way that I will. A younger generation of people are more concerned about their carbon footprint than maybe your age group,
Then
and
that's a big
therefore.
problem, because we old folks, we're not gonna get on a bike. I will not ride a bike to Union Station, however, I might take a metro.
So-
Or I'll drive if I think I'll have a parking space. But this whole bicycle thing does leave out, what, 30% of the city's residents? So somebody needs to talk to us.
Go ahead.
I'm not your mother, but I do care about the air quality.
No, I'm not saying that
I
older
do
residents
care.
don't. I'm not
I
saying
do
that.
care about the safety, I really do. And I truly care about communication between the old folks like me and my grandchildren, and the investment they have in the community. So I care about that.
I know, I'm saying it to her in a way that she would grasp what the issue is. It wasn't a reflection
I'm
of
sure
how
we're gonna have a
anybody else
conversation in
knows.
private time, but what you said was public, and I wanted to say what I said publicly. Thank you.